Welcome to the Captain's Table. My name is Matt, and welcome to the show that is increasingly having less and less to do with being a pirate captain's table. I am joined today by my friend, roommate, and local beer baron, Rob.
I'm Rob, yes.
Rob and I have been friends since, 2009?
2009, yeah.
We went to college together. And then we've just been hanging out since, pretty much. Rob has brought some sours today.
I have.
Brought's a weird word since Rob lives here. Rob pulled some sours out of the fridge. I pulled them out of the fridge. Sour beers are increasingly are just juice.
These are not actually, well, I guess they are technically sour. It's more sweet than sour. This is Mortalis, Tears of the Goddess, Blackberry Lemon, Ceylon Tea, and Ginger.
Oh, wow. This tastes more like a kombucha than a beer.
It's that ginger.
Yeah. This is from Mortalis Brewery, where Rob and I almost died.
We didn't almost die.
We almost froze to death, Rob.
You're being a little dramatic.
Wasn't for that minivan we hid behind to hide from the wind, we would have died.
If that's what you want to tell people.
It was worth it, though. When I posted the images on Instagram, Mandy was like, "I hope it was the best beer you ever tasted." I'm like, it kind of almost was.
I saw that.
Like, it was really good. Like,
you haven't even tried.
I didn't even have the one we almost.
You haven't even tried the stuff that we were really waiting for yet.
Yeah,
so
but I'd rather have.
We're not opening one of those today.
Yeah,
we're not going to talk about that.
They are almost priceless artifacts at this point.
Yeah.
And plus, just pull that the green top one out. Like, it's just good to look at. I don't want to break that seal.
No.
That is a trophy.
No, you have to drill through the bottom and drink it to leave the seal intact. Shotgun wax on your podcast.
Oh, man. Yeah, just shotgun a glass bottle.
Yeah.
That is how you get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So, Rob, what have you been doing lately besides working?
I'm getting back into World of Warcraft.
Back?
back into playing World of Warcraft more than logging on and checking my mail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's like when I used to log on and like just send my followers out to do stuff. And like, okay, I played World of Warcraft today.
Exactly. Oh, I mean, now you can send followers on the mobile app.
That's true. That's how I was doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not so much. I don't know. Is like the new content like been any good?
It has. I've been doing the legendary cloak chain to like level up your cloak, and it's basically like I'm doing it as solo because I'm a rogue, obviously.
Yeah.
And so like there's a new type of solo dungeon where you complete objectives against the clock, before you lose your sanity, basically. So I've been doing that. I got my first Fortnite win of the season today.
Oh, hey.
That's what that screaming was earlier.
Okay, yeah. when you proximity mine.
I threw a proximity mine into the water, and a guy jumped over it, not knowing there was a proximity mine there, and I got the game-winning kill somehow. Yeah. So I was like, okay. My dad was a little alarmed because
when you yelled, "What the fuck?"
Well, I was on the phone. I was like, "Holy shit!" My dad's like, "What happened?" And I'm like, "Oh, I killed someone unexpected." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm playing Fortnite." He goes, "Oh, cool."
That was alarming. I was doing my homework and I just heard you yell, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, specific yelling, like specific profanity, as opposed to the general profanity that usually,
when you're playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've been having some PvP adventures in World of Warcraft too. You were telling me.
Oh yeah, it's been I don't know. World PvP now is so different, especially like with the whole war mode thing. Like me, I've played Rogue and I've played on a PvP server for years now. So the whole people are. No one has ever been off limits for me. I always just jump anybody who's flagged for PvP. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, if it's red, it's dead.
Oh, I mean. Oh, red. I'm playing Horde. I was gonna say if it's blue, it's dead. But
no, it's a PvP flag.
But yeah. If it's red, it's dead. If it's orange, I don't have to. I forgot. I don't deal with that anymore. No PvP. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a lot of. Flying definitely changed that though. Now that there's as a rogue, I have a couple cheesy tricks I can pop vanish and then fly away, just hop on a mount. Or I've been playing a lot of Outlaw, and so I can do a lot of cheesy things like vanish, nitro boosts from engineering, and then grappling hooks. So I'm like, oh, I'm now 60 yards away. Yeah. Fair fights. That's what rogues excel at.
Definitely, exactly, yeah. You would never disadvantage your opponent to get a better attack.
I don't even use stealth anymore. Yeah, it's I've found it's more honorable that way.
Honorable kills.
Yeah, that's they're honorable kills. It's not, I don't want to.
The game tells you that anyway.
They do, yeah.
What honor the PvP system in World of Warcraft considers honorable is.
Oh yeah, there used to be dishonorable kills. That got removed in like vanilla, but
oh man,
it's one of those things that I don't know if it's like I haven't really looked at Classic at all, so I don't know if that's something they brought back for Classic. But like it used to be, I don't remember. I didn't PvP super early in the game. That was back when I played Hunter on Alliance, but like. It was something like if you killed certain NPCs, you got dishonorable kills. I don't know what they actually did, but it's one of those things. I know it existed at one point, very early.
That's interesting.
Game, so.
Oh man, classic WoW.
Yeah.
What a mess that was.
I know. It's one of those things that now that the game's out, I think it's less of the like nostalgic glow that people fear is like, oh, I can't wait for Classic to come out. And now it's out, it's like,
oh right,
it's pretty much the same as regular WoW. You grind to max level. And either you get into PvP and in like vanilla PvP or classic WoW PvP is not even they're not even trying to be balanced. It's like, oh, it's the authentic experience where shaman can two-shot you and melee hunters are a thing again.
Melee hunters.
Yeah.
Survival hunters.
Oh
my gosh. Well, it was in classic WoW when you could have like, you could have a ranged weapon and a melee weapon equipped as a hunter.
Yeah, hunters got melee and ranged. Rogues got the throne slot.
And mages got wands.
Everyone were leather. Just like... that's a different type of podcast.
Yeah, no, like, I remember, like, when I was playing it in college, geez, because that was 2006-ish when I started playing.
Yeah.
But, like, it took me forever to get my mage to, like, 35. Like, it was just harder to level back then.
It was harder to level, and it's one of those things that, like, I feel like people are so used to, like, oh, I level with heirlooms that, like, leveling without them, and that's why I said that's part of the reason, like, I hate leveling even with heirlooms.
Oh, yeah, it takes forever.
I don't think that would be enjoyable. I actually don't have the Hearthstone, I don't have the Hearthstone hero from leveling a character from 1 to 20.
Oh, because, yeah,
I've never leveled a character from 1 to 20. Like, the only characters I've leveled since then were, like, I have 2 allied race characters that I leveled, which start at 20.
Yeah.
Or, I leveled the Death Knight. That's, I think, the most recent class that I leveled from, like...
Even leveling a Death Knight is like, oh, I gotta go through Burning Crusade, like, ew.
Yeah, I get, like, we're spoiled now having mounts. Like, oh, I gotta play a character and walk places. I can't, like,
I think it mounts at 20 now.
Yeah, I know. Well, you get the 0% mount speed mount at level 1.
Oh, yeah.
The heirloom mount.
The chauffeur.
The chauffeur, yeah.
Makes you feel like you're going faster.
Yeah.
I think I enjoy doing some of the quests and stuff at lower levels a little more than I enjoy max level dailies and stuff.
I don't know. I think it depends on the thing. It's one of those, like, I really enjoyed the goblin leveling experience.
Well, it's because the goblin, like you were, like, running around serving drinks at a party. You were playing football. Like, you forgot you were playing World of Warcraft.
The goblin
for a little
one was, like, quirky. The Worgen one was so bad that, like, it took me probably 9 months to level my Worgen from 1 to 20 because I leveled him through pet battles. Because I found the storyline to be just, like, so dull and just not
it's very generic.
Enjoyable to me that I was just like... The other thing, and I made this joke for the longest time, like, back when I still played with people I knew.
Yeah.
Was I was so traumatized from doing the Rogue Legendary quest line for my daggers that I was like, I never want to go back to Gilneas. I don't care what character it's on. I never want to like that.
Back.
Part of the quest was soul crushing at the time.
Gilneas is boring. Even like, okay, so there is a good like quest line in the undead sepulcher area.
Yeah.
That like goes through like Gilneas, and that's kind of cool from the Horde side, like the actual
attack the Horde side stuff, and I like some of the stuff now where the like the quest in Silverpine Forest where it's like it was admittedly it was cheesy going through. I did them all at max level, so I'm like I'm going through them as a level 110. Like this is probably meant to be a little more difficult, but
I really because they put a lot more time into that area than they did any of the other stories. Even the rebuilt Horde in Cataclysm, like it's better than it was, but Baron still sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's more interesting. It's closer together, which is the big thing. It's why a lot of people would go level in the Blood Elf zone.
Yeah.
Because it was just closer together. So you can get all the quests and kill. Like, big zones are nice, I guess, but, like, all it takes is trying to level through Northrend again to be like, oh, big open areas kind of suck.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, they fixed a little bit of that now where you could, like, everything now is they're doing the flex leveling with everything where, like, you can choose to level through Outland or Northrend.
And with heirlooms, you only need to do one of the areas. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know that I necessarily enjoy that, but the thing I will say is that I've enjoyed having fewer people to compete with the weird old content that I'm still doing.
Oh, yeah.
That were like, oh, hey, people don't have to go to Pandaria anymore.
Squish
so.
did make some of the just hitting up raids for like selling old shit like for money kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. It's still super fast, and there's still.
Didn't they reduce the worth of the items?
They reduced some of the gold. They didn't really squish. I don't think they squished the vendor cost of anything. You can still get I can still make almost 1,000 gold running through
all the raids
Black
once
Rock.
a week.
Well, I mean, I usually just do Black Rock Foundry. That's the one I've been doing because for the longest time I was trying to finish the attunement so you could skip it straight to not Garage.
I was doing Firelands over and over again trying to get that mount, and I just gave up.
I still haven't gotten the second one.
I did get the Phoenix from Burning Crusade though.
Which Phoenix?
The small one. It's one of the raid. I forget who drops from. It drops, I think, from like.
Wait, the mount?
Yeah.
You have Ashes of Alar?
Yeah.
Jesus, man! Holy shit!
I know, and I didn't. I think it was Soulbound. So
yeah, it's Soulbound.
So I used.
It's also still one of the rarest mounts in the game.
Yeah,
I didn't know you had Ashes of Alar, motherfucker.
It's my favorite mount.
I'm jealous. I have. I just was. I was finishing. I finished a grind. I hadn't. I had like given up for a while. I realized like I'm a huge fucking hoarder. I have all these stupid like legendary items from Vanilla. I have all the stuff. When Cataclysm came out, I don't think they hadn't really talked about all the stuff that was going on with Cataclysm because it like fundamentally changed the whole game map.
Yeah.
I was working on the quest to finish the gong for Encourage, and so I was in the middle of doing the red focusing crystal thing, and so I had a bunch of the pages for that book.
Yeah.
And I had just passed the thing, so I just got the recipe for Dirge's Kicking Chimeratok chops, which is like one of the rarest cooking recipes in the game. So I did that, but I have a bunch of the like legendary items from doing that quest that I know I'm never going to be able to use, but I'm like, if I destroy them, they're irreplaceable. So they have to all stay in my bank. And then it's like, I have all the old shirts from the first 2 seasons of Brawlers Guild that were all unique, so I can't put them in void storage.
Yeah.
So I'm at the point where like even with all 36 slot bags, I have like 7 bank spaces left. And I'm like, this is bad.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I went through and I realized I had 5 stacks of those of the saber Black Fang claws from Draenor still. So I'm like, I'm only need like.
God, talk about wasted potential, Draenor.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I liked Draenor.
But garrisons could have been a lot cooler than they were.
Yeah, Gary. It was one of those things that you had to kind of strike a balance between having something be accessible to people who like, they didn't want. I don't think they didn't want Draenor garrisons to turn into something like, you should have been able to make your own capital. Is basically how it should have felt. I feel like. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. I like from a story perspective. I like the way they did the garrisons. And like I said, I think they did a pretty good job of making it so like they weren't undoable on alts. Like you could like I still use garrisons on my alts because it's a convenient Hearthstone.
Oh yeah.
And for a couple, like, I still try to pump out Hexweave bags all the time on my tailors. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of nice.
Well, yeah, because Netherweave and Hexweave are still, like, good for when you're making for when people make alts, just because you
it's one of those
sell
things,
them for 20 and people just like, okay, yeah.
Well, see, I don't know that I agree with that. I don't know that anyone's buying Hexweave anymore, or buying Netherweave anymore, because the regular Netherweave are 16 slots. The Hexweave were only, like, I think they were, like, 900 gold last time I looked, and those are 36 slots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's more than double the bank space.
No, but the Netherweavers were like selling for 20 gold. Oh, so like when you're making your alt character and you just throw 100 gold at him, like there you go. Now he's got 5 bags.
See, I try to, I have to have at least 100 bag slots on every
you're not an altaholic like me. So
I am an altaholic. I need to have full 36 slot bags on every character. I'll cheap out and I'll go kill Onyxia because I don't have the Onyxia mount yet.
Yeah.
I'll go and do Onyxia on every character who's capable of soloing it just to get the like, oh, there's one free bag, but like there's things, and I still go through. I started the Maghar. I started the Maghar warrior just to have a second warrior, and I'm going through and I'm buying all the extra bag slots, and I'm like, do I really need all these bag slots? Like, I'm never gonna fill all of my random second warrior's bag.
I still have that hoard mount that you're not supposed to have anymore. The motorcycle.
What do you mean not supposed to have anymore?
Like, didn't they lose like a rights thing with the guy who made it or something?
I don't think so. I don't know anything about that.
I don't know. I thought I remember someone saying that. Like, they were really surprised that I had it.
I'll look it up on the internet later.
Yeah. I think my favorite mount though that I have is still the like the high def Griffin and Wyvern that you got from doing that quest chain in Pandaria.
I don't remember that. I also realized I started the story and you cut me off.
Oh, sorry.
I just segued out of my own story. I finished getting the spiky Hellbore today finally. From like, oh, I finally got my 5,000 fangs, so I turned that in. I'm like, awesome. I have 6 more bag slots now to fill with other shit I'm not going to use. This crawler's going quick. Do you need more?
Yeah, give me a little more. It's good though. Man, I do just really like how pink this is.
Yeah. I mean, that's their whole thing is they use a lot of fruit.
Mortalis just makes good stuff.
Everything they make is good.
That's why they're becoming popular outside of our area.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's not a huge cross-section of people who are beer nerds and also... Or maybe there are. I don't know. Maybe this could be a new thing for you guys.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but Mortalis is like the 23rd... It's like 23rd highest ranked brewery on Untapped.
Yeah.
And it's convenient that they're 20 minutes from me now.
I'm like
so,
just down the street, yeah.
Yeah. I may have spent $300 on their beer today.
Man.
That's fine.
What really surprised me when we were there was, like, there were a lot of older people showing up. That were probably just locals.
It was locals. There's kind of a funny cross-section, or not cross-section. There's kind of a funny segment of people I've noticed in craft beer where it's like it's old white dudes who are like, oh, this is my new hobby now. Like, they're checking in the beers. Like, you know, it's the whole Untapped thing. They're like, well, like you met my friend Rick. Like, so like Rick recently got laid off, and he's like, you know what? At this point, like, he worked for Wegmans for long enough. He has enough saved. He's like, I'm just gonna get another job as a side thing to keep me busy. But like, I'm basically just gonna retire and get into beer full time. And I'm like, yeah, craft beer is like a job for some people, even if you're not getting paid to do it. Like,
yeah,
you know.
Which is why he could be there on a Friday afternoon.
Right. Flippers and tickers. That's how it goes.
It wasn't a bad day, even though I almost froze.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll be
have
better
dressed differently.
We'll be better prepared next time.
Yeah, would have dressed differently had I known the weather was going to shift like that.
I mean, it's weird because it was supposed to be colder than it was.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, this is going to be fine. And then it was
I
like...
was still thinking about how warm it was when I left that morning to go to class.
Oh,
and
I know.
Then, it dropped 20 degrees before I left the house. I was like,
yeah, between that and the wind chill. Someone was posting pictures from the release this Friday. The porta potty blew over.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we stood in line for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I guess total 4.5. Yeah.
Including getting, once the line started moving.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know, and there were 100 people there before us. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Oh, the people that have been there since 8 o'clock, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that's the thing that's always goofy about it with some of those. Is like, the bottle release is obviously like the people who got there, you know, and camped out for like 6+ hours, they got the same stuff as us. Well, a couple of the people at the very front...
They got two. Some people got...
Well, some of the people at the very front of the line got a second of the Weller barrel aged as above, so below, but I get a second one because I just went back through the line a second time.
I should have hung out with you for a bit.
You should have.
I did not realize that was going to happen.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, it's like I said, you know, you get these the people who are retired or can afford to do that, and you know, you say, oh, they don't get paid to do it, but you know, if you're going and buying a bottle for $20 and you can flip it for $100, you can justify waiting in line a lot more. If you're like, oh, hey, well,
yeah, that's. I mean, if that's for 4 hours, that's almost $20 an hour.
Yeah, exactly. And the side effect that, like in places like Mortalis, where they let you drink in line, you make $20 an hour to hang out and drink.
On a nicer day, that would have been awesome.
Oh, I know. That's why we're going to go back when the weather's nice.
Yeah.
We'll make a whole
hang
party
out with other beer nerds. Order a pizza and not have to choose between pizza or your fingers.
It would be great, yeah. I like that.
Which people are just like, fuck it, I'm eating the pizza with my gloves on.
Yeah. Yeah, I found those gloves in my car the other day. I'm like, oh, there's still pizza stained.
Ew.
That's fine. I gotta clean my car.
That poor woman that was waiting just down line of us who did not have gloves or anything.
Oh, I just saw her today. She was in line. Yeah. Everyone today was very cold. The whole conversation today was about, or everyone in line was talking about the coronavirus stuff.
I almost, Robert Evans style, started this podcast by yelling, "Coronavirus!"
I'm really glad you didn't.
Still, not as bad as when Robert Evans yelled Hitler at the beginning of this podcast. But close.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're under quarantine.
Someday we'll get to that level of intro, Matt. I say we like I'm a regular part of your podcast.
Someday I will be Robert Evans. I need more bolt cutters first.
We have a very large pair of bolt cutters.
We have bolt cutters.
We have a very large pair of bolt cutters.
What's the saw he was saying to get?
I don't know.
An angle grinder?
Yeah? Do you need an angle grinder, though?
I need a solar-powered angle grinder.
You never know, I guess, when you're going to need one.
Yeah. When you're going to need to get through a barbed wire fence. You never know.
Bolt cutters can do that, though.
They can, yeah.
These are huge bolt cutters.
They are. They're gigantic. Because, Jess locked herself out of her suitcase or
yeah.
something?
Can I tell the story on your podcast here? Okay, so I went to Oktoberfest for... I went to Munich for Oktoberfest this past year. And my girlfriend locked her luggage and left the keys at home. So I had to walk 2.5 kilometers across Munich to a hardware store where I had to figure out how to say the word bolt cutters and then buy very large bolt cutters. And my favorite part of this whole experience was the fact that at the end of the trip, she's like, should we leave them with the Airbnb post as a tip? And I'm like, no, I paid $45 for bolt cutters. I'm bringing them back to America with me.
They're good bolt cutters.
I know they are. Yeah.
Because you bought them in, Germany where they sell quality products.
Exactly. Yeah, but that was, I think, my favorite, it's goofy that I got to bring them back. But my favorite part of the whole experience was I'm walking back across town with them and I'm like, Jess doesn't know what time I'm going to be back. And I walked a long way. I deserve a break. So I stopped in a bar and I just shoved the bolt cutters fully just into my pocket. And they're just hanging out a little bit. And I'm like, sit down and no one's going to say anything. Just play it cool. And it's like, who's this weird foreigner with bolt cutters? But no one said anything. So it was great. Drink a beer, went on my way.
I'm so amazed you shoved bolt cutters into your pocket.
Have you seen? Jess makes fun of this all the time. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just have portable holes in all of my pockets. But I used to walk around when she lived off of in the city. We'd walk around we'd walk back from Swillburger or from Angry Goat, and we'd stop at that little Valero there and get sodas or whatever. And I would usually just buy a 2 liter of pineapple Fanta and just shove the whole thing in my back pocket. And she'd get very mad that I could why are you putting them I'm not gonna carry it. It's
well, I feel like knowing Jess, she got angry that A, you were able to do it, and B, that you were doing it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of both.
Rob, don't embarrass me.
I'm really good at that.
Rob's just good at fitting bottles of soda in his pocket.
Oh, I meant embarrassing people who care about me, but also that. We talked about World of Warcraft a lot.
It's all right. We talked about DnD for 30 minutes of the podcast my friend Alex was on. Sometimes the topic dominates the evening.
That's fair.
And you are the beer and World of Warcraft guy.
That's fair. I'm not actually a nerd. Do your listeners know that?
You're not?
I'm a bro.
Oh, that's right.
I play World of Warcraft in Fortnite.
Yeah, and drink beer. Yeah.
And drink a lot of beer.
I'm
wearing, I got my Viking Club t-shirt.
I didn't know why you played D&D.
Actually, you can't see the word Viking Club, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you're a bro.
I'm a bro. That's fine. I don't care. It was worse than when I wore camo cargo shorts.
Oh, yeah.
It's oh yeah, that's real bro-y, Rob. I listen to hardcore and underground hip hop. That's fine. I know what I am. I don't care.
I know what I am. Oh my god.
I think the difference is that to me being a nerd is there are specific topics certain things.
You're a nerd about
beer. Oh yeah. I'm a nerd about beer. I mean, there's plenty of D&D things that I could talk about my favorite competitive math, or 3.5 as I like to call it.
You are very knowledgeable about the races in D&D that you like.
Things that Thrycreen. 2 free level adjustment for every character in the campaign seems fair, right?
Yeah. You just want 4 arms.
I do want 4 arms, Matt. You become much better at melee combat with 4 arms.
All shields.
4 harpoons.
4
That's the way to do it.
And like a climb bonus lets you just stick to the ceiling.
Jump was the big one.
Jump was the thing.
Yeah, Thrycreen were the only race in 3.5 that were not limited by their height in their jumping distance, and with a plus 30 racial to jump. Yeah, it was pretty easy to do on a regular basis.
Oh man, 3.5. So you know what I was thinking to finish this up? Because I've been looking at it every time I look over at you. We could pull out a couple of those shot glasses over there that look clean, and we could do a shot of that weird absinthe that you got.
Yeah. I'm down for absinthe shots with a milkshake IPA chase.
Yeah.
This is, what is it? I always forget. Honeoye Falls Distilling Cascade Rouge, neutral spirit distilled with herbs and colored with hibiscus flowers.
Well, not flavored, just colored with hibiscus.
Yeah, colored with hibiscus. Gets kind of a nougaty character, which is... We're doing half.
I remember this not being bad.
No, it's not bad.
Like, normally I'm not a huge absinthe guy, but this is...
The problem is it's 140 proof.
Oh, so, that's why we're doing half a shot.
Yeah, that's why we're doing half a shot, because it's 70% alcohol.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. Hey.
Thumbs up.
Sláinte.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty good. Woo. So, Rob,
Black licorice.
Anything you want to plug?
Plug my pluggables?
Yeah, plug your pluggables.
I don't have anything to plug, really.
But any products that we aren't sponsored by? Any vague concepts you'd like to promote?
See, you're... Okay, I gotta... Woo! I don't think I needed absinthe today, but we're doing it.
In Jägermeister shots, no less.
Yeah.
Which is fitting, because Jaeger also tastes like licorice.
That's a burn, though. It's a weird burn with the milkshake.
It didn't burn when I... Oh, it's like coming back as a burn. That's the
yeah,
thing I wasn't
it's a little
expecting.
bit of a burn. See, I've been listening to podcasts all week, so I keep wanting to make like Behind the Bastards or Plug Your Pluggables.
It's real hard not to. I know sometimes.
It is. We listen to a lot of the same podcasts too. No, I really don't have anything to plug.
All right. Well, I didn't expect you to.
I just froze for a minute. My brain shut off for a minute there.
But yeah, so thanks for joining us on the Captain's Table. You can find me at Menacing Scone on Twitter.
I don't remember my Twitter handle.
And you can find the main channel at All Ages of Geek on just about everything. And yeah, so thanks for joining us today. And
it's Moblin Maniac.
Moblin Maniac.
I don't.
If you're interested in such things, Rob just follows me to ask about being on the podcast.
Yeah, much like Machete, I don't really tweet, but
it's been a fun evening, guys, and thanks for joining us.